to my YouTube. It's your girl Honey. Today we're doing Jupiter in the 8th house. Oh my god, listen, you guys have been hitting me up. Where's Jupiter in the 8th? Jupiter in the 8th, Jupiter in the 8th. Listen, they're coming. But Jupiter in the 8th is right here, right now. Okay, Jupiter in the 8th. Jupiter is the planet of expansion. It's our blessings, it's our luck in life, depending on how it's aspected first of all, okay? Now, Jupiter is ruled by Sagittarius, which is home to the 9th house. The 9th house is philosophy, higher learning, travel, spirituality, religion. It's a very intellectual house. The 8th house is home to Scorpio, which rules Pluto. The 8th house is crisis, death, transformation, intimacy, sex, rebirth, other people's resources, joint finances, taboo subjects, inheritance, and banks. This is a wonderful place for Jupiter. From what I've seen, and I've seen it work in real life, and it's brilliant. Let's start off talking about the sex, because you guys always want to be here talking about sex. So let's just talk about the sex, okay? Now, when Jupiter falls into this house, Jupiter can make you someone who could overindulge. A lot of people that I've read that do have Jupiter in this house are not people that overindulge in sex, but it can make you overindulge. Now, what Jupiter likes you to do is you need to always see the depth with Jupiter, because it's an intellectual house, but it likes to research and likes to explore. People who are utilizing their Jupiter, you guys need to be having sex with partners who you are very close with, very intimate with, because your partners will always remember you. If you are out there having reckless sex with whoever and anybody, porn stars even, this is the wrong way to use your Jupiter. I would not recommend it. Like, even with Mars squaring Jupiter, this is what you would find, you know, in the 8th house. People just overusing their Jupiter in the wrong type of way. Jupiter being here can also make you work in the sex industry, honey. And I don't mean being a prostitute or being a hooker or anything like that. You could literally work in an industry that involves sex. It could literally be being the cameraman. It could be managing a brothel. It could also be a pimp. Usually when Pluto's in the 2nd house, that would indicate someone being a pimp, but you never know. A high sex drive, but because this is in the house of healing, right? Jupiter likes to heal itself through having sex. You got problems with your partner, you want to have sex, you feel better, maybe this might fix the problem. You know, you feel this is a way to get closer to your partner by having sex. Jupiter in this house likes to get to the deepness. It's like when people have sex with you, they feel like, oh my god, like I feel so at home being inside you. I feel so comfortable here. It feels like a healing experience. You could actually heal people through having sex. Now, a lot of people I've read as well, and I'm still kind of researching this, to be fair, because I'm seeing it more than ever. But a lot of people I've read have Jupiter in their 8th house, and they've experienced sexual abuse in regards to other placements on their chart. You think, wow, Jupiter being here, you wouldn't get sexually abused. But with Jupiter being here, you could either go down the route of, okay, I may have experienced sexual abuse and now I'm gonna just turn out and just have lots of fun, sprawl out, right? Or you can go down the route of, okay, I've gone through sexual abuse, but I don't want to have sex with just anybody. It's got to be with someone. Now, how do you heal yourself? Because this is the house of healing, and you've got Jupiter in here. Some people go through life and they never get to heal themselves. I've advised this several times when I see Jupiter here. I advise you going into sexology, or going into a field that allows you to talk about sex. Teaching children even, you know, especially if you have Venus in your 5th house. This is a way you can also make your money. Venus is how you make your money as well. And the 5th house is house of children, working with children, okay, or young teenagers, and teaching them what consent means. Teaching them the spiritual benefits in sex, the spiritual energies in sex, transferring of sexual energies during sex. Because Jupiter is the teacher, remember. You need to be teaching other people how to have sex in safe environments, how to have sex and get the most out of the experience. You guys, it's got to be deep, it's got to be meaningful, and you heal. This is how you can heal your own traumas, how you heal your own sex, by healing and helping other people. This is the house of transformation. This is how you can transform yourself into a healer. Let's talk about the money side of Jupiter, because this is the house of inheritance, joint finances, other people's resources. When Jupiter comes into this house, oh, I'm so jealous, because this is an amazing placement for someone who could inherit from someone. If you've got Venus in this house as well as Jupiter, you are always going to be binded to your wife, your ex-wife, ex-husband, ex-partner, whatever, if they are someone who is financially about it. And most likely you will be dating someone who is financially about it, because when I say tied to your partner, I mean financially. They're going to always support you and help you out. You know, if you say, look, I'm starting a new business tomorrow, can I borrow 10 grand from you? They're like, yeah, okay, here you go. Because Jupiter is also your money, it's your joint finances, it's other people's resources, but Venus is also your relationships. Venus is also how you get money as well. In this house together, supporting each other, my God, someone's gonna have a lot of money, okay? With Jupiter being here, you're more than likely to end up in receipt of inheriting like property. It could be land, it could be money, inheritance, whatever. Jupiter being here allows you to easily be in receipt of these things, depending on how it's aspected. When you've got Mercury squaring your Jupiter, there could be some miscommunication happening to receive your inheritance money. You could have changed your name. You could have moved 4 times in the past, year and a half. You've not provided your correct documentation, or someone has lost the paperwork, and this creates a miscommunication. When you've got Saturn squaring on Jupiter, Saturn is the planet of restriction, slowing down the process of things. Saturn squaring Jupiter can be a thing where, okay, I've got inheritance, but I can't touch it until I'm 50, until I'm 40, whatever. It slows down the process of you actually attaining things. It doesn't mean you can't have these wonderful things. It's just afflicted differently. And then you've got Mars squaring your Jupiter. It can make you overspend your inheritance. It can make you receive it very, very quickly, overspend it very, very quickly, because Mars is very impulsive and it's very quick to attain but very quick to lose. A lot of people that have this placement, depending on how it's aspected, tend to have very good credit, tend to have very good relationships with banks or lending streams or whatever. You guys are very good at saving your money. And if you're not very good at saving for whatever reason, get into it, because it will 100% benefit you in the future. In regards to your partners, right? Jupiter being here is also seen as the husband in the woman's chart, right? It's going to grant you with a partner. And let's not forget, this is the house of Scorpio. You're going to either be attracted to this particular partner, or that person's going to be attracted to you, okay? But 8th house, Scorpio energy, likes power. Money comes with power. Oh my God, even if it's the local drug dealer. Oh hell no! The local scammer down the street, all right? Because he's got money, because he's got assets, because he's got financial backing, he could be attracted to you. You may be attracted to him, You're going to be attracted to a man who has backing or status. This is the house of other people's resources, so it's more than likely you guys could end up having a joint bank account, joint finances, saving together. You'll have access to each other's money, working together. Jupiter being here tends to bring a very wealthy or financially comfortable spouse, which leads to you guys having a very comfortable life, because you start to share your resources. This is the joint financial house. You start to share each other's money. But this is also the house of secrets. Jupiter being here, especially if Capricorn is in this house, because Jupiter is debilitated in Capricorn, there could possibly be a situation where it's either you or your partner that actually is hiding something financially. All right, this is the house of secrets. So your partner could easily, you know, maybe there's a credit card debt, or, you know, there's some type of money laundering, if Pluto is aspected, especially money laundering, or something in relation to, I'm not going to tell you my entire financial situation because of XYZ. It's private and it's secret to me. But something in regards to secrets and finances. Being the house of occult, you know, taboo subjects, this person's gonna have a vast interest in 8th house matters. You know, studying astrology, studying rituals, even black magic, not practicing for bad purposes. Some people do, but they're going to be interested into occult, spiritual work, dark magic, rituals, old school traditions, like Native American magic, like things like is seen as taboo to other people, don't quite understand this energy. Jupiter, 8th house people have an interest in learning everything, and because it's Jupiter will overindulge even in this house subjects. But what's really good about this placement is you guys can overindulge, and you guys can actually start teaching it. People that have this placement can actually end up with psychic abilities. You know, you're gonna have connections to outer realms, to spiritual realms. You may have even communicated with, you know, your spirit guides or whatever. Like, there's gonna be some type of connection that you're gonna have with your psychic abilities. And Jupiter being here, just like Jupiter in the 12th, is going to protect you from any spiritual attacks or curses. Jupiter represents optimism. Okay, this is the house of death. We've got to talk about death. Okay, this is the house of death, and people that have Jupiter in here tend to have a good relationship with death. In other words, more so with their own death. It's like death is a part of life, and we're all going to miss people around us who die. But when it's time for us to die, Jupiter people have this feeling like, okay, I think I'm going to die in a few hours. I feel it. They can be on their deathbed, but they know they're ready to pass, and it's like, I've accepted it. It kind of is what it is. Jupiter being in here, oh my God. You will die abroad, on holiday somewhere perhaps. It could even be of natural causes. It could be whilst having a lot of fun, turning up. You will have a huge funeral. Because again, planet of expansion, 8th house, big funeral, lots of people coming by. But this is a wonderful placement for Jupiter. I just advise that you guys are utilizing your Jupiter that's beneficial for you. You know, make sure you are diving into spirituality, you are studying it, you are teaching it, you are exploring it, and you're not out here just, you know, gaining lots of materialistic things to make you feel better. You've got to look at things from the depth with Jupiter to really get all that you need out of it. That's my video on Jupiter in the 8th house. I hope you guys have thoroughly enjoyed it. I'll see you on the next one, people. Take care.